What's up, guys? Cheapies, aka Noah, back today bringing another video. This time we're doing the April sneaker releases. Nothing crazy this month. There's two sneakers I will talk about that I'm kind of hyped up for. But everything else, just kind of like boring. Not boring, but there's just not like the greatest amount of stuff. But some of them are alright, and obviously this is my opinion. So some of you guys might like some sneakers that I don't, or you don't like the ones that I like. So April's alright, decent amount of sneakers that I picked out, but nothing like crazy resale hyped up, other than maybe the two of the three or whatever I put in the title of this video. So with that being said, let's just get right into it. Starting off, April is on the 3rd. We have the Jordan 12 Low Easter, which is actually releasing on a Saturday, and Easter is on the 4th. So I just thought it was a little weird, but whatever. They're going to retail for $190. They're mostly white with some metallic like pastel accents, and then they got icy blue soles, which look pretty good. But I mean, they're kind of plain and boring, and it's a low. So I mean, if you like the Jordan 12 Low, then like these are good ones because they're easy to wear all the time, and there's not like too many like Easter stuff. I know in the past there are some like Easter sneakers that have like the pastels all over it. These just kind of have an accent of it, so they're not really like too Eastery, but they're not bad, and I think they're all right for Easter. And then the next day is the 6th. The first one we have is the Nike Air Max 95 NRG Home Team, or I think basically they're calling them the LeBrons or something, because I think they're dedicated for LeBron's career. They're going to retail for $170. They're basically a Laker colorway, with one being mostly yellow and one being mostly purple. So if you like Lakers colorway or like two miscolored shoes, I think they look all right. I actually kind of like them. The only problem I have is someone who was born in Cleveland. If they're dedicated to LeBron's career, they're Lakers colorways instead of like Cavs colorways, which I feel like his title with the Cavs is way more important, and he's only won one with the Lakers. He's been there for what, like 3 years now, 4 years, I don't know, something like that. But doesn't really matter. That's just me more as a Clevelander who thinks of LeBron mostly from Cleveland. But they're a good looking sneaker. I think the purple and yellow look really good on them. I don't know if I'm going to try to pick them up for $170, but I think for Air Max 95 they're pretty good. The next one on the 6th is the Wasted Youth Nike SB Dunk Low. It's going to retail for $110. So it's mostly black denim, and then there's some leather patchwork on there too. One of the main features of it is probably obviously the denim on the sneaker, but then there is a red rose on the inner on the Nike swoosh. So like you guys will see it on the picture on the screen, the rose like wraps around the Nike swoosh. I don't really know too much about Wasted Youth, so I don't really like know what the hype behind it is, but it's a Dunk Low, and Dunk's obviously a reselling for crazy, and it's a collab, and it'll probably be pretty limited, so it probably will sell out and resell for a decent amount. Then on the 8th we have the Nike Crater Impact. It's going to retail for $110. This is basically using the same stuff that they did on the Space Hippies, but this one is their newest model. It's Nike Crater. I think it actually looks pretty good. Like, it uses the recycled sole and probably has some recycled upper parts too, but recycled sole like the Space Hippies. But this is their first newer one since the Space Hippies, really. They've been trying to do it on some of their older models. I think this one looks pretty good, especially for only $110. Definitely one that I think is good to pick up, because it's not like overly trying to be like recycled or anything. I think it just looks pretty good, and since it's using recycled material, that's always good, and they're obviously trying to do more of that. Next up is probably a first for my channel, at least, talking about, especially for the sneaker releases, we're going to be talking about an Asics. There's a Coca-Cola Asics Gel Quantum 90. It's going to retail for $140. Like I said, it's a collab with Coca-Cola and Asics. The shoe looks all right. It's mostly red. It's got like that green little like bubble in the sole. But on the Asics logo, there is the Coca-Cola logo. Honestly, I think it's kind of a weird collab, because when I think of Asics, other than the Gel Light 3s and 5s, whatever, like the Gel Lights, most of the time when I hear about Asics, they're like running shoes. And I don't know if runners are really big into Coke. That just seems like if you're big into running, you're probably not drinking pop. Especially not Coke. So it's a cool, like, I think the sneaker's pretty cool. It looks like kind of just like a billboard sign for a Coke, like a Coca-Cola, but on an Asics looks kind of weird. But obviously Asics is a big brand. I don't talk about them too much, but getting a Coke collab's pretty cool, but I just think it's a little weird with the collab. Next up on the 10th, we have the Jordan 5 Raging Bull. It's going to retail for $190. Originally, it was released in a pack. I forget what the pack was, but it was in 2009, so it's now 12 years later. It's going to release it on their own. It's mainly a red suede upper with some silver and black X in it, I think. If you like Jordan 5 or the Raging Bull, like in the original pack, obviously this is one you're going to try to pick up. I have one Jordan 5, and I haven't really worn it, so I don't know if I'm going to be trying to pick this up. But if you like the red, obviously it's mostly red, so I think it looks pretty good. I just don't know if I'm going to be picking it up. Then all the way on the 15th, we have the Jordan 3 Rust Pink. It's going to retail for $190. It's a women's exclusive, but I actually do think it looks pretty good. I kind of like pink on a lot of stuff. Obviously, I'm wearing a pink shirt right now, and this pink is like not the like super bright pink. So it's got a rust pink upper, and it's got like cream or like tan laces, and then the sole and the tongue are all that color, and then it's got like some hot pink accents on it. I think the hot pink accents there maybe black or something may look a little bit better, but obviously it's a women's sneaker, so they definitely try to put more of like the pinks and stuff into the women's sneakers. But I think for a Jordan 3 it looks pretty good. I don't know how many like guys are going to want to try to pick it up, but it's not bad for a women's exclusive. On the 16th, we have the Nike Dunk Low Michigan. It's going to retail for $100. If you guys don't know, it's going to be a Michigan colorway. They'll probably call it like the Maze or something like that. Like they always do. They don't ever call it by the actual name. But Michigan is maize and blue. And there was previously a Dunk High of this sneaker. I think maybe just a few months ago. May have been longer than that at this point. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of it. If you guys know anything about me, Ohio State. So I don't really care for the Michigan stuff. They are a Jordan brand school, so that's why they get Jordan stuff, and we just get like normal Nike shoes that they release for everyone. But it looks all right. It's Dunk Low. It's going to sell out. It's going to resell for a decent amount, but it's just another Dunk Low. Then we have maybe the best release of the month in the Jordan 1 Hyper Royal. It's coming out on the 17th for a retail of $170. If you guys know anything about the Turbo Green Jordan 1, it was like suede and leather. Normally it's just like all leather for Jordan 1s. But this one has a different like color than the Turbo Green, which was like a bluish green. This is just like blue. It's basically kind of like a Carolina blue, but a little different. One of my favorite releases so far. I really wanted the University Blues that came out last month or 2 months ago. I didn't get those, so maybe I can try to get the Hyper Royals. I really like the Turbo Green, and they shot up in price like randomly when all the Jordan 1s did. But definitely the best release of the month. To the Hyper Royal colorway, it kind of looks like a University Blue, but it's that suede instead of leather, and I think that's what kind of turns some people off of it, because it's not just the full leather. But definitely one of my favorite releases of the month, maybe in a really long time. The next one I actually had to sneak in here, mostly because it just looks crazy. It's the Reebok Kamikaze 2 Candyland. It's releasing on the 23rd. It's going to retail for $120. It's basically just this rainbow colored patent leather sneaker from Reebok. I don't talk about Reebok like basically at all on this channel. I don't really know too much Kamikaze 2, but it is a collab with Candyland, and it's just kind of crazy. Like, that's basically all I'm going to say about it. You guys see it on the screen. You see how colorful it is and just very bright. So you have to be able to pull this off. Definitely not something I'm even trying to pick up. I just thought it was a cool collab. Obviously, Candyland. If they had some other ones, it'd be pretty cool, but not for me. Then on the 14th, we have the Jordan 11 Low Legend Blue. It's going to retail for $185. This is the low release of the Jordan 11 Legend Blue also, which was released in 2014, which I think was originally called the Columbia. It's white patent leather with some icy blue soles. It's pretty clean too. I like it better than the Jordan 12 Low that is coming out at the start of the month, the Easters. But it looks all right. If you're a Jordan 11 Low fan, then go for it. But I'd rather have the high version of this. But since this is the first release since 2014, so it's been almost 7 years at this point probably. Hopefully they come out with the high again, but for low, it's not bad. Then jumping to the 27th, we have probably one of the better collabs, I guess, of the month. There's not really too many collabs, but it's the Sacai Nike Vapor Waffle Dark Iris. It's going to retail for $180. It's the 5th colorway actually of the Vapor Waffle, so if they have released a decent amount of them, but I haven't seen one in a little bit. I think they released like 3 or 4 of them all at once. But it's dark purple and orange, or like brownish orange. I'm not really a fan of it, to be honest. I think some of the other colorways are better, so it's probably one of the worst colorways they have so far. But if you like the dark purple and like orangish brown colors, then obviously a sneaker for you. Plus I wear size 13 and these are already long shoes. I complained about it in the Overbreak SPs that I picked up in the last video, but I just wouldn't be able to wear them. They'd be way too long and be looking like I'm wearing skis. Then probably the second best release of the month, on the 28th, we have the Jordan 4 University Blues. It's going to retail for $200. University suede upper, which I'm pretty sure is just normal for Jordan 4s, a suede upper with black and cement accents. I think it looks pretty good. The reason I kind of like it, it's one of the ones I'm going to be going for. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Travis 4s. For some reason I remember trying to get the Travis 4s and didn't get them, but this was like early on to my sneakers, so I didn't really know too much about Jordan 4s. And then they only were reselling for like $400, and I really wanted them and never picked them up. And now they're like over $1,000, so it's pretty crazy. But the University Blue I think looks pretty good. A little different shade of blue than the Travis's, and obviously a little different, not a collab or anything, but it's going to sell out. It's a good looking colorway. I wish I got the University Blue ones, but the 4s might be good enough for me, so hopefully I'll be able to get them on the 28th. And the last confirmed sneaker of the month that I have a date for is the Nike Go Flyees on the 30th. They're going to retail for $120. I talked about these in the last video because I swear they were coming out last month in March, but they didn't, and they moved them all the way back to the 30th, so hopefully they're increasing the stock or something, or they're just making them better, I guess. But if you guys don't know what they are, they're basically sneakers that you can put on without tying them or anything, basically to help anyone who just really doesn't want to tie anything. So it like folds like this, and then we step down, it like comes down and like forms to your foot. So I think it looks pretty cool. I'm actually going to try to pick up the black colorway of them. There's 3 colorways of them. The black one is my favorite so far, but hopefully the release is pretty easy and not too hard to get. And then since I didn't talk about any Adidas sneakers, there are actually 2 that are supposed to be coming out. I just don't know the date for them. Both Yeezys. Yeezy 500 multicolor. It's going to retail for $200. I think it looks really ugly. It's not my favorite. It's way too many colors and they just don't blend together. But I know some people like them. I think, there was one Yeezy 500 released not that long ago that looked really bad in pictures and looks all right in person, but still not my favorite. And then there's another Yeezy 500 high, the frosted blue. I think the colorway is cool. I have a pair of 500 highs that I've never worn. They're too big. Like, they're too big for my feet. They might have been good for like the winter. I just didn't want to wear them because I'm probably going to sell them at some point, which I still should do. But the colorway is cool. It's just not on the right sneaker. I feel like if just the normal 500 had this colorway, it'd be pretty cool. But for some reason, they put on the 500 high, and it's not my favorite, and it's going to be $220. As always, there's always going to be other sneakers that are added to the month and other ones I didn't talk about. But these are the ones I picked out and the ones that I wanted to highlight. But there are obviously going to be more added in throughout the month, some collabs and stuff like that get added in, or just ones that get added in that I didn't talk about. But that's everything I have for now. Thank you guys for watching. Tell me your favorite sneaker of the month and what you want to pick up. If it was me, it was obviously the Hyper Royals and then maybe the University Blue Jordan 4s. But hopefully I get to pick up something on sneakers because I haven't done it in a while that I've actually wanted. But hopefully some of us take some W's this month. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.